Hello and welcome to the Armoury of St James's. I'm Toby Pennington. I've been here for 15 years, but the shop itself has been in Piccadilly Arcade for nearly 40. Originally we specialised in campaign medals, world orders and decorations, but over time have evolved to offer a whole range of art and antiques relating to British military and maritime history, royal presentation items, regimentally specific silver and brooches, and traditional hand-painted toy soldiers. Rediscovering the stories behind the paintings and objects we deal in is one of the most fascinating aspects of our work. Recently we had the good fortune to rediscover a lost painting of the Duke of Wellington by William Salter, famed for his Waterloo Banquet, a multiple portrait study now housed at Apsley House. The Duke of Wellington was famously very unobliging to portrait painters, something you can clearly see here from his imperious stare. Depictions of historical personalities are the cornerstone of our stock, whether that's crowned heads, through to political characters like Churchill, down to the rank and file from the 18th century onwards. Royal presentation items are a particular area of interest. These range from items of jewellery that Queen Victoria and later Edward VII gave both to courtiers and favourites, both on a personal and official level. It later extended to the presentation pieces that were taken to India and around the world on royal tours. These include signed portrait photographs, silver boxes, and bejewelled stick pins and cufflinks. An interesting pair of cufflinks from our current inventory includes a pair designed by the Duke of Edinburgh himself to mark his 1959 World Tour of Scientific Institutions, which took in India, Singapore, Hong Kong and Borneo. Many of these royal presentation items originated with suppliers once situated here in St James's. Similarly, the military and naval brooches we specialise in also have origins in London's West End, many of them being commissioned in the 1920s and 30s directly from Crown Jewellers Gerard and other famous name jewellers. Some of these brooches are still relevant to the armed forces of today and are preferred for a quality of workmanship that just isn't seen anymore. One individual who continues to captivate is Napoleon. Our most recent bulletin featured this unusual painting by a Royal Naval captain, Charles Shaw, who had the rare opportunity to meet Napoleon in the flesh in 1816. Shaw was on his way home from the East Indies and, as was custom with homeward bound ships, stopped at St Helena in August. At the time there was an enormous interest in Britain about Napoleon's fate, so to observe him firsthand was a real rarity. As is well known, Napoleon devoted his final years to shoring up his reputation for posterity, and occasionally he would grant audiences to visitors, especially to those like Shaw who had spent their formative years at war with him. Shaw was lucky enough to be invited along with a couple of other officers, but to their surprise they found themselves being harassed by Napoleon's aides into carrying a letter full of prison complaints back to England. Shaw, who was a keen amateur artist, commemorated his meeting, probably at his family's insistence, of a somewhat simian-looking tyrant, standing in front of the swirling mists of Longwood House and St Helena. We'd love to welcome you any time in our Piccadilly gallery, and next time you're in the area, please do pop in.